You know, overall, the PlayStation Store shutting down seems like it's bad for everyone involved except Sony. Yes, the store is old, but there are a ton of games that won't be able to be bought anymore or played anymore because they're not on the PlayStation Store because the PlayStation Store is gone. This is why I think backwards compatibility is so important, but unfortunately, Sony doesn't think so. Hey guys, it's Rob here, and welcome back to the Robo Show, where we cover the latest gaming news, leaks, and rumors from Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo in 2020 and beyond. If you want to be kept up on the latest gaming news, make sure you click that red subscribe button below this video and that notification bell so you know when I upload. And if you're interested, I have a Patreon, which link to that will be in the pinned comment along with my Twitter account. In this video, we're going to talk about some new PlayStation news about the PlayStation Store shutting down, who it affects, and overall why this is a bad move by Sony, a company who seems to be moving further and further away from the past and looking towards the future instead. So the launch of the next-gen consoles, the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, is past. We're well past that point now. No more guessing how powerful each console will be, no more wondering if these games are going to be playable on the PS5, none of that. Now that the PS5 is here, along with a decent amount of PS5 games, I'd say it's a pretty bumpy first year so far for both the Xbox Series X and the PS5, especially if you're still trying to get one or the other. Both companies are taking wildly different approaches to just about every aspect of their new consoles. Xbox is looking towards the future more with Game Pass, exclusives like Perfect Dark and Fable, but are still keeping towards the past with the backwards compatibility and ease of accessing old games. Sony, on the other hand, seems laser focused on the future. Yes, we do have PS4 backwards compatibility and PlayStation Now, but that's about it. And here lies the problem, which is starting to come to light with more recent news that the PS Vita, PS3, and PSP store is closing. This is what PlayStation had to say, which I've retyped because honestly, whoever typed this up typed it in such a weird way. We are closing the PlayStation Store on PS3 consoles on July 2nd and PS Vita devices on August 27th, 2021. The PSP store will also be closing on July 2nd. Now, to be clear, you can still download your games that you own, but you can't go on the PSN store and download the games you don't own. Now, this is a pretty big problem for digital-only games. Not only that, but just the preservation of their own games. It's clear that Sony does not want to have backwards compatibility with older titles on the PS5, and while some may not care, there are a lot of people who would like to play their PS1, PS2, and PS3 games on the PS5. Not everyone can find a PS2 or PS3 or PS1, and having the options that Xbox does have on the Series X would be nice. Now, players are not the only ones who are affected, believe it or not. There are devs who have had plans for this console. These devs were working on games that they were going to release on the platform, and I'm sure game development is stressful enough without having Sony closing the entire store. For instance, a dev by the name of Lily Mo Games had to cancel the Vita version of their game, Hyroxia 2. This is what that dev said. Basically, it's a whole new headache on top of an already complex process of releasing on consoles as a small dev. The port really has been a labor of love. We're well past the point where it makes a ton of financial sense to release on the Vita, but it's one of my all-time favorite consoles, and I wanted to release it on it before everything shuts down. Most of the price of deciding to do with a Vita port has already been paid. This is my first time going through this process of coding for consoles. My game dev background is art, not code, so there's no guarantee I'll hit the deadline. It's a lot of stress. At the very least, I think Sony should have told these devs well before they even publicly announced it that they're shutting down the platform. I think it's unacceptable that Sony just goes ahead and shuts down the platform without giving them time to consider their options. I just think overall this is a bad move by Sony, for the players and for the devs. With that being said, expect those prices of certain games to go way up for the PS3, PS Vita, and PSP titles. Now would probably be a good time to start collecting them if you have any interest in doing so. I fully expect these games to start going for some pretty insane prices. But those are really just my thoughts on this. What do you think? Do you think this is a good thing or a bad thing, or do you just not care? Tell me your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, and of course subscribe for more Sony news. Thanks for watching, guys, and remember, stay safe, stay charged, and have a good one.